Hello everyone, welcome once again. We're discussing Bitcoin once again, and we're going to be reviewing some offers that came in here today that I want to talk about. It's a typical offer that you'll see in the Bitcoin, make Bitcoin type thing. So I want to discuss these things with you because a lot of you are getting duped by these offers that come in, and you're not realizing what's going on really, and you're not making a good decision. But it fits with the Bitcoin market in general. Anytime when you're talking about investments and making money, from nothing, you get all these people who are just not thinking. You're not thinking. So there's one thing, and if you see my videos on YouTube, I talk about a lot of things, internet marketing and whatnot. When I'm not talking about the Bible, I'm talking about a lot of business things. But you'll quickly learn that I really cut through all the gobbledygook and correct the wrong thinking. It's a lot of misconception, and so that a lot of people are just wasting time. Let me just show you. I received this email. It says increase your bitcoins by 300% today. Okay. Then this is what it says. It says it's literally raining bitcoins. I won't tell you what the place is. It's raining Bitcoin. But you got to know why it's raining Bitcoins, right? Or at least why this guy is hoping it's raining Bitcoins. It says that multiple people are cycling daily. So it's a cycle. They're cycling. So this sounds like there was maybe a year or so ago, I believe there was some type of traffic program that cycled the members. As the members came in, I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. But anyway, as the members came in, it's like a clock, like a ticker. So if when the member came in, it would be matched to the one that was there, the member. You would click in, and so they would come and join, and that member would get you. Then it would be like the wheel would turn, and the next member will receive the next one that came in. You understand? So that's the cycling. When they say cycling, that's pretty much what's going on. I have to say that because they don't provide any more information. But that it sounds like it's fashioned after that traffic program, and probably is based on it. But there was definitely something that would put members on a wheel according to when they joined the program, and they would just cycle through. They would cycle through as new people signed on, raining bitcoins. They will receive that new member as a what do you call that? A downline, for example. So it says multiple people are cycling daily. Then it doesn't matter what matrix or program you are in, which should include their own, right? The one they're talking about as well, because it doesn't matter. It says it will fail. The program will fail, it says. For most members, as it gets too wide at the bottom. Well, too wide at the bottom, like the Egyptian pyramid. So what he's saying is that all of these programs are pyramids. They're making Bitcoin based on a pyramidical structure, or a pyramid type of structure. And that's what they're saying. So the testimony from this email, the indication would be that most of these programs are pyramids. And what a pyramid means is simply this, that new members come in, which is what he's saying. He's saying multiple people, he's saying about his own program, multiple people are cycling daily. Why is that a main feature when later he says it gets too wide in the bottom? Right? It gets too wide at the bottom, but yet multiple people are cycling daily. So what he has us already is spinning. He has you spinning. It's ingenious, and also the way it's presented, because he's throwing out, in other words, he's thrown out a monkey wrench into your thinking process. Because he's telling you, he introduces first a different thing at the beginning, because now he's talking about a cycle. See that? Let me start it again. He says, hello. It's literally raining bitcoins at so and so. Multiple people are cycling daily. See? So he's already introduced in your mind a circle, not a pyramid. A circle. Then he goes, it doesn't matter what matrix. He mentions matrix because a lot of those other programs talk about the matrix. Or program you are in, it will fail for most members as it gets too wide at the bottom, because of course they're pyramids. I'm adding that, but what's wide at the bottom is narrow at the top. It's a pyramid. He's already tried to tell us that his program is not a pyramid. That's what he's trying to do. And why isn't it a pyramid? Because it's cycling. See that? So it's cycling. So just because you have this cyclic pattern in this program, he thinks that that's not a pyramid. He believes that his program isn't a pyramid because it has a cycle in it. Is that what they told you? Oh yeah, because we're cycling. What is the difference between and all the other people who come in under you also cycling? And then the people that come in below them, are they not cycling as well? I mean, what's the difference between non-cycling pyramid and a cycling pyramid? Who cares if the pyramid is cycling or not? It isn't cycling. That's a pyramid because you see it like a pyramid. It's standing still. The bricks, the stones are not cycling. But ours, we're cycling. You know, we're not like them. They get too wide in the bottom. It's raining bitcoins over there. Multiple people are cycling. What are they doing? Cycling at the top? How are they coming in? They got to come in under something or somebody. Anyone, listen, every company is a pyramid. Every single one in its structure. There's no company that isn't a pyramid. I don't see where these people, you guys are just getting sillier and sillier, and to not say dumb. I did the offending yesterday. There's a president, then there's vice presidents, then there's senior managers, and then there are lower managers or middle managers. Let's not go too quickly now. And then there's lower managers, then there's team managers, and then there are the workers. It's all a pyramid. Everything's a pyramid. Now, what makes a pyramid illegal is that the money that the guy on top makes is depending on the money that the guys below and below and below and below and below are paying to become a participant in the process. That's what makes it a pyramid, not the structure, because everything is a pyramid by structure. But an illegal pyramid is that in which you have to pay, and the money you pay in is where the guy on top is getting his money from. That's where he gets his money from. And where that is, and that's not the only condition, because there's not a problem with that, except where that is the only way. That is the main focus of the business model. So and again, every jurisdiction, and I have to qualify my statements, every jurisdiction is a little different. So you need to know in your country and in the jurisdiction where you live, what the particular statements or statutes are in relation to what constitutes a pyramid, because jurisdictions do not have a standard. They have little slight differences. Some are more conservative, others are more liberal in their application of the definition of what a pyramid is, a legal pyramid. So you need to be aware of that. But you need to understand that any business that you get involved in, where the money that you pay to get in, because that's nothing wrong with that, to pay money to get in. But if that money is how the guy above you makes his money, and that's the focus, I mean, we got to get more people in. That's it. That's what we do. Get more people in. And you get more people in. And you get more people in. And you get more people in. And that's what we're doing, getting more people in. If that's all that's being done, that is a definite pyramid. Definite pyramid. Absolutely no doubt about it. So far, this guy has said to us that it's raining bitcoins and that multiple people are cycling daily. So right off the bat, his approach, his sales message to you and to me is that the most important thing about this is that people are cycling, and that seems to have something to do with bitcoins are raining. It's raining bitcoins here. Multiple people are cycling every day, daily. So far, as I read this is too wide at the bottom. This is also something that is a pyramid in structure and in form. And it has everything to do with multiple people cycling daily. That's how it works. And that's how it's raining Bitcoin there. Because he's not saying anything else. There's nothing tendered so far. I haven't read the whole thing. But there's nothing tendered so far to indicate that there's anything different than the guys who get too wide at the bottom. Because he's thinking that cycling means that what? That people come in at the top? Well, if they come in at the top, if that was true, and they're cycling, then they will also come to the bottom. So then it depends where you get stuck at the end, right? It's just ridiculous. Totally ridiculous, but absolutely wonderfully confusing to someone who doesn't know. Okay, so they solved the problem. So it says members are getting paid Bitcoin direct to their new wallet every day. Now, we've discussed this about getting paid every day. Getting paid Bitcoin is not hard. You can start getting paid Bitcoin immediately. It's the easiest thing to do, and you don't need to run your computer 24/7. There's a plethora of programs where you can earn Bitcoin immediately. But how much is the question. You can start getting Bitcoin. You can get 0.00000. The other day, I made a slight error. If you see my first video of this series, the Bitcoin Wealth Program on the Periscope, and you can hear me say, I try to calculate how much the program, estimating with today's prices, would produce for any of you if you were graduating from the training course today and you were buying Ripple. Let's say that's what you wanted to do, was to get the Ripple for whatever reason. We didn't discuss pros and cons, but just at $1. So you would get 50,000 Ripple coins. And then we looked at if what's going, or the price, we're not talking about what's going on with Bitcoin, but if the price of Ripple whenever would rise to the point where Bitcoin is now, today, your earning from this program would result in, and I just couldn't read all the zeros. They were so tiny. The calculator on this older computer, that's so tiny there. The old Windows, they had that small calculator you can, pop up there. And I just couldn't get I couldn't just trust my eyes. The lights are glaring because we have the studio lights here, and then the computer screen, and yet I just couldn't get. And I said $40 million. It would be equal to 40 million, and I was thinking maybe it's more, maybe it's just another zero. And I said, but I couldn't believe it. I distrusted my eyes because of the situation and so tiny. But later on, I did recalculate that off screen, and I realized that I did what I thought, which I didn't say and mention because I didn't want people to think that I'm over inflating things. I didn't say it was 400 million because I didn't believe my eyes, but it actually was 400 million. It wasn't 40 million, but even 40 million was fantastic. But 400 million, it's outrageous. Come on, it's almost $500 million that the potential could be if everything was the way we had set it up. All right, so so that was something that we were talking about yesterday, and right now it escapes to me why I even came into that. Oh, because of the point was that you can make these little scraps of Bitcoin with the 0.0000000 to the infinitesimal amount of Bitcoin. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, when you're trying to do Bitcoin, do Bitcoin. Don't do these little these little nonsense type of programs that just they give you such a small shaving. You don't want gold, a dusting of gold. You want a gold piece. So again, the investment of time and effort in these programs just to get a dusting of gold, of Bitcoin, in my estimation, is totally not worth it. And no matter what this guy is saying about his program, it is what he's telling you that it isn't. He just don't realize it, to not call him an outright liar and scammer. Simply. He says, plus we have a 15 and 30-day assurance plan. If you misspelled, if you're an active member, which means squat. Qualifications for the cycle assurance: being active, nice, respectful, and patient. Again, it's ridiculous. That's a qualification, because if you're not a nice person, then what? We're not going to give you a 15 or 30-day assurance. So this is we're going to have pet peeves in this program. Do you really want to be in a program that they're really looking to see if you're a nice guy or not? What does that have to do with anything? But Bitcoin. Then it says, come learn how to turn $25 in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or I guess into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Bitcoin Cash. Okay, to turn, I'm sorry. It was what he was writing. 25. So you need to invest $25 right off the bat. You got to invest the $25 into some cryptocurrency, and then you're going to learn how to turn that into a $300 plus week residual income on autopilot. So you are taking $25 and investing it into Bitcoin. Now, what we need to see is how much is that $25 in Bitcoin actually going to your sponsors. But let's see. And so obviously, and then he says, get in now, gives you the link, and then he says, I will guide you. Don't worry. Ah, right, very nice. Okay, so again, this is the type of offers that you guys are getting out there for getting Bitcoin and whatnot. The things that I don't like about it, I already told you. Even though the bricks are spinning, it's still a pyramid, and that issue about being active and active, I understand, but respectful and nice. I mean, what? Even though the thing is not coming out the way you said it was going to be, I still have to be respectful and nice and patient about it. You know, it's like trying to look for a sucker. That's what this is looking for, a sucker. It starts you off with a sucker type of enticement, then tells you, oh, this is, we're spinning around in circles here, and not like the other guys that get too wide in the bottom. You know, we're spinning. You know, what kind of retardation is this? And then you can get that assurance if you're nice. If we don't like you, you don't get the assurance. We go, you know what? You take your Bitcoin and you can put it where the sun doesn't shine. It's ridiculous. I can't believe that this guy is sending this out there and that people would respond to it. I have no idea if anyone would. And then it says, and then they're asking you to invest $25 of your money for the promise that it'll be turned into a $300 plus a week residual income on autopilot. All right. So that's what it is. So how is this any different from what we're doing? Well, the difference is you're not taking, we're not, well, let's go from the beginning. The program that I am doing is not cycling. There's no spinning going on. So we're not spinning around in circles to avoid the possibility, which obviously this person is not aware of spinning into dizziness and utter numbness of the brain. So we're not having you spin and causing a concussion or other perceptual confusion so that you don't really understand or know what's happening. That's like taking a person, spinning them around, right, and after you stop spinning, right, how you feel. But they got multiple people cycling daily. So we don't do that. Let's see, if they're getting paid Bitcoin daily, they're not getting a full coin, right? So automatically they're getting a little shaving daily, a little shave every day. And then this assurance thing, if you're being respectful, obviously, that's silliness. Now, what I really don't like about this program is that you are investing. And this type of thing will get them in trouble. Because if you're asking people to invest in Bitcoin, they are actively telling you to invest in Bitcoin. In our program, we are not telling you or asking you to invest any of your money into Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. That is this is right there is the big problem with this, other than the fact that you're only getting little shavings of Bitcoin here and there, is that you have to take out from your money to get into, to invest directly into coin, according to what this email is saying, so that you learn how to, and you'll learn how to take that $25 of your money and turn it into $300 plus a week. The taking $25 of your own money to turn that into $300 or whatever amount every week is an investment. These guys are running into a problem they don't really understand with the Securities Commission. This is a very serious matter that they're not realizing. They're sending these emails out. This when you're asking people to invest into bitcoins, this is a securities matter. You're trying to sell an investment. You guys are selling an investment here. That is a very dangerous thing for you guys, because when the Securities Exchange Commission gets to track you guys, and they're going to shut this thing down. And where is everybody going to end up with all their cycling spinning? So these are, when you read a email offer, any type of offer concerning, it doesn't even have to be about cryptocurrency. This type of offer you see in many instances. This is a typical offer for some type of a pyramid type of scheme. And here the investing, you see, people are not understanding. You have to stay away as an entrepreneur or as an internet marketer, recruiter for any of these programs. You really have to stay away from anything that has you telling people to take this amount of money and invest it in, put it in this coin or this security, any type of investment, so that you can turn that into, and then you're saying it turns that into X amount of dollars. That is a definite violation of a lot of things that it's not going to be too much of a happy moment. So if you guys are involved in anything like that, you really need to back off. You have to be careful about that thing. What we do is we do not have you take any of your money to purchase any Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency at all. Our program has nothing to do with investing at all in cryptocurrency We educate you in areas concerning investing, but we ourselves, the program itself, is not about investing in these things. It is totally separate and independent of the investing in Bitcoin in order for you to have XYZ residual income and all that. That is not what our program is involved in. Our program is involved in traditional products, traditional promotion and marketing, and you earning Bitcoin. That's what we do. You earn Bitcoin from activities, from that you'll learn to do, and we train you to do for a good part of the 5 to 6 month program that you start off with. So that is what when you take the training, you'll be learning how to go about making Bitcoin. So you'll be earning Bitcoin. You're not going to be investing in Bitcoin. And when you finish the training phase, you will get Bitcoin. And as I'm always pointing out, it's not a shaving. You don't get a shaving or a 0.0000. We're not doing that. And if you're going after that, I mean, I cannot express any more to you how silly that is and how much you're wasting time when, as I showed in the previous video, if you had done your 5 to 6 month training already 5 to 6 months ago with us, today you would have 5 and almost 6. If you would have finished a month ago, you would have had 6 Bitcoin, full Bitcoins, not shavings. And if you wanted Ethereum, you would have had 60 Ethereum coins. So that is the difference between our program. Plus, you could have had way more also in our program during the 5 to 6 month program. We're talking about the basics. When we tell you you'll be earning up to 5 to 6 Bitcoin based on today's prices, you could have earned more than that. Double, triple, it depends on the effort and the work you put into it. We're basing our calculations, and yesterday night I was looking at, before going to bed, I spent some extra time. I said, I'm looking at these charts of what's going on in the system. And, there's certain, I was looking at the charts and I'm saying, it's incredible. That we're giving you the benefit of the doubt. When we're saying you're going to earn, after 5 to 6 months, X amount, up to, we're not saying everyone doesn't make the same amount, because everyone frankly doesn't have the same result and doesn't put in the time and effort that they could and they should. But the realization is that many do more and get way more, because you could, simply because all we're basing it on is the minimal effort of 15 minutes a day. But even if you were doing this part-time, how long is a part-time job? A part-time job lasts for how long? I mean, 4 hours maybe, it's part-time, it's not full-time. So, and we're talking 15 minutes. So let's say you did the sensible thing. I'm going to do this part-time. I got my regular job. I'm going to do this part-time. And you do the 4 hours. Do 4 hours every day. You will finish the training program in a much better position than what we're talking about at the basic level, which also includes human failure. And that's what I was looking at yesterday at the charts. I haven't reviewed the charts since we put everything together, but I was looking at the charts again yesterday, and it reminded me, oh my goodness, I did build in, because sometimes I forget these things. I did build into the system human failure, human laziness. So I said, I've been telling people this amount as if it was like the top that can be done, and that was is not true. Actually, last night I rediscovered for myself that according to the charts and the algorithms that I myself put into this program, I built it in upon human failure. I put it in to the calculations that people would not do all that they could, and that people would miss certain days, and they would just be spotty and miss it every once in a while what they should be doing. And that is, with given all of that, and I'm talking dismal here, dismal performance down the line, dismal. Even with that, you should be able to clear, making, again, with today's pricing, between 5 to 6 Bitcoin at today's pricing. If we're doing Bitcoin, if you're doing Ethereum, 50 to 60 coins. And that's with everything being horrible. In other words, people not really doing their training or applying their training correctly or doing it right. All of that. So I said, it's incredible that if you do everything the right way, right, and more people do the right things, and you put in, and on top of that, you put in, forget the extra time, just do the right things, and you will result better. You will have better results than just the 5 to 6 Bitcoin that we're talking about right now. You'll have way better results. At least 3 times. If we just think that the numbers correlate, from the bottom line to the top, which they don't. Don't ever do that. But it's just for discussion's sake. Just 3 times better, just by the numbers. The numbers would tell you that you would do more, 3 times more. We were talking about 15 to 38. I'm sorry. We're talking about then 50 to 68 Bitcoins being the range at that, just with the exceptional performance factor. And then on top of that, we're not even adding the premium stuff, which if you when you go to the classified ad for this, which right now is the only way you can get involved, and there's 3 options there. The middle option is a premium option, and that premium option, with it, you will have even more opportunities to increase by a large degree the amount of Bitcoins that you will have at the end of the training program. It doesn't even have that, add that into the mix, what I'm talking about. So basically, what we're dealing with here is not Bitcoin shavings, which is what you're going to deal with most of these programs, cycling or not. We're dealing with having real Bitcoins. Even if Bitcoin could go back up to where it has been in its highest level so far, you will still be able, if you do it the way it's supposed to be done, you will still be able in 5 to 6 months to come out of this with actual whole Bitcoins, multiple Bitcoins, if you get moving now. Because again, if you want to get involved with Bitcoins, as I said in the previous video, and please do watch that one, you must be thinking or believing that Bitcoin is going to reach $1 million. Because if you don't think that, if you don't believe that, and I'm not telling you to believe that, don't believe that. Please, don't believe that. I don't need you to believe that. I have other programs for other coins. And I have the same program for gold, real gold coins, which I always suggest everyone to do regardless. And then we have the regular cash, get paid. The regular job one, which is actually the offer that you'll sign into anyhow. And that gets paid in cash. So listen, I'm not trying to sell you on Bitcoin. I have no need to do that. And I wouldn't have created and opened a program for Bitcoin either if it wasn't that there is, in my belief, it's only a belief, there's no expertise here. It's not about expertise, it's not about insider information, nothing. It's just silly. Listen, but I do believe that Bitcoin has the potential of reaching the $1 million mark one day, someday, unless forces against unknown forces or known forces actually make that an impossibility, and they would actually have to really destroy the market, the Bitcoin market, by doing something drastic, which is also a possibility. But outside of that, if you believe that everything stays hunky-dory, that the crazy Korean will not blow up half of the U.S., that the Iranians won't blow up the other half, and that either China or Russia won't also do their things, if you believe that everybody's going to stay at bay long enough, and the sun will also not give us a shot of the solar flare and fry everybody's machine, if you believe that you have enough time, that an asteroid won't actually come and hit the Earth and turn everything into a winter time here and just shut down everything. So if you believe all these factors, the day-to-day is going to stay the way it is for a while, and you believe also, on top of all that, that Bitcoin would make it to $1 million, then that again is your decision, and it's only something that I also recognize the possibility and the potential for it if things are left alone and left to develop on their own. Yeah, I do believe that, but what I believe has nothing to do with anything. Like I said, I'm not, the purpose of this broadcast is not to get you guys into Bitcoin. I don't need you in Bitcoin. It's not, my program doesn't need Bitcoin. My program is working in different currencies and different things. I don't, Bitcoin is just one option, one thing out of many that our program is handling. So this is not an issue for us if you do Bitcoin or not, or which cryptocurrency you really want to do, or you don't want to do any cryptocurrency. So, but I'm just telling you as an advice to you, gratis, that unless you believe that Bitcoin is going to hit $1 million, I really don't see why you would want to do any Bitcoin, anything. There's other things you can do if you're looking to do trading up and down. There's other ways of doing that, even within the gold markets. And gold is more, a little more stable in terms of its versatility in times of problems like the ones I was mentioning before. Because when Bitcoin is impossible for you to mine, everything else goes down the tube. Having gold coin, instead of this as being Bitcoin, having a real gold coin in your hand will take you farther. So you guys got to think about that as well. So I'm more of a traditional. Give me something that everyone understands. Has value. Okay. Even the dummies that survive, because always the dummies that survive, like the cockroaches will survive any nuclear attack. Okay. Cockroaches and rats. Okay. So you got to get something that even the cockroaches and rats will say, "Oh, gold." You see that? All right. You understand what I'm saying? So, see, that's the way I think. I like to have, okay, everybody on the same page here. You remember what these were? What this is? It's gold. Real gold. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. 100%. 99.99. Gold. See, so that's where I put my, I say, listen, you have your dollar bills, but it's good to have this. That's absolute for me. But again, it's everybody has their what they want to do, and Bitcoin, like I said, I see that it does have a potential, but I wouldn't put my money into it. And this is the thing. That's what makes us different than all the other guys. We're not telling you to put your money into it. All we're saying, and the genius of what we're doing is that simply, listen, we're basically going to show you how to become wealthy with Bitcoin or without Bitcoin. Don't matter. Okay? Bitcoin is just a method of payment, the way we look at it. The way you make Bitcoin, that's what we're focused on. So that's what you have to look at it as. It's the way to make Bitcoin. And makes real whole coins, not this little shaving type of thing for every half hour you spend. You got a little Bitcoin dust of virtual nothingness. Come on. Ridiculous. So, and then also these guys who have you investing, because that's an investment, $25 in Bitcoin. So they want you to take that $25 investment, that's what it is, and turn it into something. There's risk. There's always risk. Whenever you put your money into a risky investment, especially Bitcoin, look at that. Look at how much it dropped. So if you brought out of your money Bitcoin a little while before, like in December, right? You look at how much you lost. You lost that money. But in our system, you don't lose your money. You haven't lost anything because you don't have it now. You don't have it now. And when you earn Bitcoin throughout, all you need to look at it is the same way. It's not yours. This is not from your bank account. This is not from your earnings from your job or from your savings or from your inheritance. You haven't touched that money. This is what we call free money. Now, it's not completely free because you had to put some effort into it. And of course, you had to take the course, right? Take out course and training. But other than that, you did not directly invest in cryptocurrency or in gold in our programs. None of the programs have you invested in the commodity itself. So it doesn't matter to you. It's the best way to do this, folks, because it really doesn't matter. I stand to make a lot of Bitcoin. You understand? And so the Bitcoin that I make, it's like what I'm doing now. I could care less. Doesn't matter. It goes up. It goes down. It goes up. It crashes. It goes up. It goes down. It goes up. I'm getting older. It don't matter. because that did not come out of my pocket. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a matter, you have to worry about that 25 you're going to put into that other program you did, because that did come out of your pocket. And even though it's $25, you say it's only $25. Yeah, it's only $25, but realize that if you had given that $25 when Bitcoin first started, okay, today you'll be a freaking billionaire. Okay, so it does matter. It does matter because it's money that you put into it. It is a result from money you put in. Okay, so there is that difference. So what we do is this is separate. It's the same thing that the investor guys advise you to do, except they advise you to do it with your own money. Obviously, your money, you should only invest a certain percent. Right? Invest what you don't need. Basically, what they're saying. All we're saying is make what you don't need. This is not yours. Make it. You don't have it now, right? So let's create it. And we're creating something that you didn't have before. That's it. And then that's it. Enjoy. Let it go. And don't worry about it. Because if you're doing Bitcoin, again I repeat, I don't see where all these people all scared and worried. Oh, the Bitcoin went down. What are you worried about? Because you really should, at this point, anyone coming into the Bitcoin thing now shouldn't give a hoot about where Bitcoin is headed. In terms of going down, it shouldn't matter to you. Why? Because you need to only be believing. If you're in Bitcoin, you should be believing that it's going to be $1 million. And until it gets there, you could care less. That's really the way, the only way to look at this matter, because going into Bitcoin and worrying that it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, that's ridiculous. I mean, what do you expect? Where is it that you're expecting it to go and to stay? I mean, it doesn't make any sense, the game that it seems that a lot of you guys are playing here. It's ridiculous. So simply, if you think it's going to become $1 million, it's going to be worth $1 million, then this becomes something for you to have. Simply to have something in the Bitcoin arena, something for you to have. So when it hits that $1 million mark, you're good, and obviously you'll get out then, because I don't think you'll have much years in order to enjoy the couple of $1 million that you would have made with the coins that you just stay there waiting for the day. It's basically the way I look at this. I don't see anything to need to worry about that it goes up. It can go all the way down to zero. It doesn't matter. You don't care if it goes down to zero. You're waiting for it to hit $1 million, and until it hits $1 million, you're not even going to pay attention to it. I mean, it's just simple as that, and it's no skin off your face, because it's not skin off your face. Simple. That's it. So basically, what I'm saying, if you're doing Bitcoin, if you're going to do Bitcoin, and I'm not talking about the other currencies now, the cryptocurrencies, the other ones. You have room to look at it more like they're doing Bitcoin now. See, the only guys that have a right to worry about Bitcoin are the guys who started off when it was 10 cents. You understand? Because there's a lot of value, there's a lot of distance to those 10 cents to where it is now, to 8,000 and going up to 9,000. That's a lot of distance. So you worry about that, and they put in their own money. So that's the other thing. But if you're getting into Bitcoin now, recently you paid You paid the equivalent, or you paid into Bitcoin when it was worth, a few $1,000s, and it started increasing. Um, I understand your concern, but you see, my opinion is that you did this the wrong way. Of course, you didn't have my program to use, but now you got my program. And what I would do, if I were any of you and I had invested in Bitcoin already, simply, I would do this program here and exchange. In other words, don't add into your Bitcoin from your own money anymore. Simply keep your worries on what you put in. Simply, you're worried about where that's going. But the Bitcoin that you earn through this program, you don't add that to your worries, because you have nothing to worry about with that. Because this is not Bitcoin you need to worry about. Simple. That's my advice to you. I'm a psychotherapist, so I can tell you, live without the stress. So there's two recommendations I'm giving you. Don't be into Bitcoin now unless you think it's going to go up to $1 million. Simple. And if you think it's going to go up to $1 million, don't worry about it until you pick up the morning news with your coffee and it says Bitcoin $1 million. Then go to your wallet and do what you got to do. Which personally, it's liquidate and go on a long trip. Okay? So that's it. And if it doesn't get there, it don't get there, and don't worry. Because again, you started it the right way, and then you're not worried about it. Okay, so again, that is that's the only advice concerning how you relate to your Bitcoin that you're going to get from it. Simply, I understand the worries for those who started out way back then. For those who started recently, I don't get you. Really, I don't. Because you shouldn't have invested in it, unless you believe it was going up to $1 million. And if that's really what you believe, then you shouldn't be sweating it. Simple. You should not be sweating it. But since it's your money, it's money you took out from your pocket, or you were saving it, somebody died and left you that money, it's a significant thing to you. I can see that, but it was the wrong thing to do with that perspective, with the conditions under which you did that. So I would take this program, run with it, and pretty much exchange your portfolio with the Bitcoins you earn in this program, so that you don't have to worry about it. Now, you want to keep playing the game, you can keep playing the game, but you're going to be sweating that money. In other words, you're playing a game that you're going to be stressing out over all the time. And if that's the way you want to live, and you want the excitement of, it's a gamble, you're gambling, then, you do whatever you're going to do with the Bitcoin that you invested in. But the Bitcoins that you earn from this program, you don't need to sweat it. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Which is why I suggest everyone get two programs also, and that is, as I suggested, the gold program. So that you do Bitcoin or crypto, any of the cryptocurrencies, plus the gold coins. At first, you'll get your earnings as gold coins until you say, okay, I'm good with the gold coins, my safe is full, I love throwing it up in the air and just going crazy. Okay, so now give me the bullion. So you're going to throw it up in the air too, and knock yourself out. But anyway, at least you can stack them up on the table and take it out every morning and look at that and gaze at that, and then the rest can go someplace safe. If you believe it to be a banking thing or whatnot, then you can do that as well. But that would be something you would do on your own. All right. In any case, you should do the gold thing, because that is a more, it's a, like I said, the reason, because it's better to have gold in your hand when everything else is gone. Okay, so I always instruct you to do something like that. uh, in this world, the times are the way they are. Something is better than nothing, and I think that's the wiser choice to make. Okay, so, and that's why I suggest at least two programs: one gold and one any of the cryptocurrencies that you feel good about, that you want to really start stacking up. You can't change programs. When you start the program, that's what it's going to be pay out in, and that's it. You're done. You're frozen into that program. And if you want to do something else, you can only add to it by adding another program to it. Okay, but more details will be given to you once you sign up for the program. And another caveat: if one of you are going to run over to look for the program, only get one software program, one premium program. Only one program premium is what you should get, what you need to get, so you can save money. Do the one premium program, make that your main program, where you want to amass the most amount of earnings. That one you make your premium, and you buy into this at the premium level, the second one. The other, or the others, if you want to add more options, crypto, any of the cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, or you don't want to do Bitcoin, you want to do Ethereum or whatever, but you want two or three of them, you just get the basic ones for that, which is very affordable to do. That way, with you'll have a premium, but you'll also have the others at a very reduced rate, and you don't have to go through the expense of having a full premium program for each of them. But those who you have it that way. You got Bitcoin, and you want to, and you want to have a premium for each one of the coins that you want to really grow in. That's up to you. I'm just suggesting that you don't need to get premium for all of them. You just get premium for the one you really want to stack it in with, and then the others you just have the basic membership for, so that you can just build, but not as, you're not worried about making it as large a payoff in those than your primary premium one. Okay, so that's just the thinking. Here again is the URL. Right now, the only way to get involved with this program is to go to classiforium.com in the jobs section. It's a job for virtual assistant right now, but you can it's the same thing except for the payout. So you don't have to worry about, just because it doesn't say anything about Bitcoin, it doesn't mention the things we're talking about. Realize it's the same activity, same training you're going to get. But when you're in the program, you will be given the option how to pay you. And all you have to do is just indicate the cryptocurrency, or gold, or cash, in which you want to get paid in. Okay, so that's the only difference there. So you don't have to worry, oh, I'm not in the right place. It really, you are in the right place. It's just I haven't updated that for the new program at all. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Sign up, get started, because really the most important thing is that you get started right away, as soon as possible, so that you can have this working for you. I hope this has been able to help you. And if you have any questions, just shoot them out to me, whichever manner that you can. Thank you for watching.